Fitness that works. No more restarting. No more gimmicks. I'm a little later than I wanted to be today. Had some things come up, but sometimes in fitness and in life, things do come up. But the point of that is just to always show up, even if it's not the perfect timing. And that's the main thing. Just keep showing up, be as consistent as you can, even if it's not perfectly the exact timing as you want it to be. My mission is simple: to make fitness doable, sustainable, and transformative, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. Whether you're just starting or restarting, I want to be the coach who helps you finally create lasting change. I'm not just here to help you work out. I'm here to help you build a lifestyle that supports your energy, your focus, your health, and the people who depend on you. We've talked about the 5 fundamentals of fitness: proper training, nutrition, recovery, supplementation, and mindset. Which one is your weak link right now? Because your biggest link is the one that holds you back. It holds you back from the results you want most. So let's take a look at all of them, find out which one's your weakest link. But let's initially, in the big picture of things, let's do a goal setting session. I feel having a clear, specific fitness goal is very, very important. It gives your mind something to focus on. So let's do a little exercise right now here together. If you could wave a realistic magic wand and you could have your body, your health, your energy, any kind of way you wanted it to be, say between now and say a year from now, what would that look like for you? Get clear and specific. What does that look like? Think about it. Consider dialing it down into a very specific body weight and a specific body fat percent. So I'll use myself as an example. I'm currently about 180 pounds, 10% body fat, with a goal to be 190 pounds at 10% body fat. So mentally, and how I set my goal is I frame it up like this. So, well, first of all, that's the clear, specific goal. I know exactly where I'm headed. I know exactly what I want. But now we're going to take it a step further. Let's build an affirmation / prayer around this goal for you. And it sets up like this: I am happy and grateful now that I am, and then state your body weight and your body fat percent. I'll use myself as an example. I am happy and grateful now that I am at least 190 pounds and at or below 10% body fat. See how clear and specific that was, right? So that's what I want you to do the same. Set up your goal / your affirmation / prayer. I am happy and grateful now that I am, and then state your goal weight and goal body fat percent. Okay, now let's look at the 5 simple steps: proper training, nutrition, recovery, supplementation, and mindset. But let's take a look at training. When it comes to setting up a good training program, I feel it's really important to have a combination of strength training and cardiovascular training. So let's say for a moment, imagine you're on an airplane. You're on a twin-engine airplane. One engine, let's call it cardiovascular, and one engine, let's call it strength. Now we're flying along with both engines going on the airplane. That's exactly how you want your exercise program to be: combination of cardio and strength. But now what if you just had one engine working on the airplane? That wouldn't be as efficient, right? So that's the ideal. So when you're setting it up, and there's lots of ways to set it up, have a good cardiovascular program and a very good strength training program. Now, how do you build out a good training program? Let's take a look at what I call the 5 fundamentals of a training program. So the 5 fundamentals of a training program are proper form, variety, intensity, proper training principles, and consistency. Let's look at proper form. So with proper form, why is it important? Why would you feel it's important to have proper form? 2 big reasons to consider proper form. 1 is so that you don't get hurt, and 2 is so that you exercise the muscles effectively. If you want to get the most use out of your time, if you're picky about how important your time is, proper form, you will get the most out of your time in the gym because you're exercising the muscle effectively, and you're not going to get hurt. If you get an injury, you're going to waste a lot of time. So we have proper form. Then let's look at variety. Why would variety be so important? Why not just do the same workout for a year? Why change it up? Well, it'd be really boring, right? So that's true. But then also, too, our bodies would adapt. So what happens is your body grows in response to stress. But then after a while, your body gets used to the same level of stress. So by changing it up occasionally, adding in variety, your body gets a little confused and it keeps having to adapt and get stronger. So week by week, month by month, you're getting stronger and better. So we looked at proper form, variety. Let's look at intensity. What do you think about when you think about the principle of intensity in an exercise program? Challenging yourself, right? Pushing yourself. So imagine for a moment we're doing presses. And we're going for 12 repetitions. Now imagine get to 9, 10, 11, 12. We barely got number 12, but we got it. What's the most beneficial part of that set? The first few reps or the last few reps? Will be the last few, right? And why? That's where the breakdown occurs. That's where the stress occurs. Right? So intensity, be sure to include the principle of intensity, challenging yourself. That's what's really going to be the trigger that triggers that muscle growth for you. So it's proper form, variety, intensity, proper training principles is the 4th principle. There's all sorts of training principles, lots of them. I encourage you to look them up. I'll just name a few, like compound sets, drop sets, superset, rest pause training, circuit training. There's a lot of training principles. I encourage you to do a Google search or a ChatGPT search and just look for all the different training principles and then sprinkle them in throughout your training program. So we talked about proper form, variety, intensity, form, variety, intensity, proper training principles, and then last but not least is consistency. We talked about consistency. Now, why is consistency so important? Consistency, let's take a look at consistency. Imagine you have and say if you have a twin of you and you have the same fitness goals. Now say you exercise regularly, you eat regularly, you recover regularly, but the other twin of you starts off that way, but then misses a workout here and there and skips a good meal here and there, has a little more processed food here and there, doesn't always get the full amount of sleep. At the end of the year, who is going to have the best results? It'll be the consistent version of yourself, right? The consistent version. So be sure to include the principle of consistency. So to summarize the 5 principles of training is proper form, variety, intensity, proper training principles, and consistency. Now let's look at nutrition. Imagine for a moment that we want to build a beautiful 2-story house from scratch. And imagine that we only have half of the materials necessary to build the house. How far are we going to get? About halfway, right? Part of the way. So the foods that you and I eat on a daily basis are the supplies that goes towards building our bodies. The proteins, the carbs, the fats, the vitamins and minerals and the stuff that you eat, that's what's going to build your awesome physique. When it comes to food, I feel like, and our fitness, I feel like there are basically 4 ways in which food affects our fitness journey: metabolism, energy levels, insulin levels, and blood sugar levels. Now imagine for a moment that we have a fireplace, and on one hand we have a stack of oak wood, and on the other hand we have a stack of paper. And not including kindling and getting the fire started, but if you had to choose between the oak wood or the paper to burn in your fireplace, which one would you pick and why? Be the oak wood, right? And why? Because the oak wood burns longer, slower, more efficiently. And what does that? Foods like fruits, vegetables, whole grains, plant-based proteins like legumes, lentils, nuts, and seeds, a good high-quality olive oil. It burns slow and efficient. What burns fast? Alcohol, processed foods, sugars, anything you open it in a bag, things like that usually. So consider primarily a whole food plant-based diet. And if you want to dig a little bit deeper into it, consider watching the documentary, The Game Changers. It's on Netflix and YouTube, The Game Changers. Consider watching that. And that it's a really interesting, well done documentary about the science behind a good, healthy diet. Number 3 is recovery. How much sleep do you average a night? I recommend to consider approximately 7.5 to 9 hours of sleep a night, 2 hours of REM, 2 hours of deep. Over the last 3 years, I've trained 3 different neurologists and 1 neuroradiologist. All their sleep studies suggest that. Plus, I've done lots of research, and that seems to be the basic protocol: 7.5 to 9 hours sleep a night, 2 hours of REM, 2 hours of deep. How do we do that? How do we get a better night's sleep? One is consider eating at least 2 hours before sleep time, being done by eating 2 hours before sleep time. And then after you accomplish that, see if you can back it up to 3 and 4 hours. And what that does is our body, when we eat, our metabolism boosts up and our bodies increase in temperature. So as you go get ready to sleep, ideally we want our bodies to be cool. And it cools down our temperature. So we want to have a cool temperature body during the nighttime. Being done eating at least 2 hours before sleep time will assist with that process. What else can you do for a good night's sleep? As you're getting ready for sleep, eliminate or limit computer screens, TV screens, phone screens, at least 1 to 2 hours before sleep time. In the morning time, go out, expose yourself to the first part of the morning sun. This will set up your circadian rhythm. When the sun does go down, expose yourself to the night vision. That'll also assist you with your circadian rhythm. and have consistent sleep times and wake up times almost every night best you can. Let's look at supplements. There are basically, I feel, two basic categories of supplements: nutritional supplements and enhancement performance supplements. A nutritional supplement is like protein shakes, smoothies. An enhancement performance supplement is like creatine, etc. So for fitness that works, no more restarting, no more gimmicks. Stick to the 5 fundamentals: training, nutrition, recovery, supplementation, and then last but not least is the mindset. In regards to the mindset, there's a few things I want you to consider. I want you to consider being really clear and specific on your goal. You know, sometimes they call it like a fitness blueprint. If you were to build your home, your desired home from scratch, you would build a blueprint. You would blueprint everything in the house, every little detail of the house. When it comes to your fitness, consider building your fitness blueprint. Know exactly what it is you want to achieve. I can see exactly my fitness goal, exactly how I want it to be in my mind. I know it by the numbers, and I want you to do the same. Consider the same. Our mind, it's hard to hit a goal if you don't have a target. So with your health and fitness and your mindset, it will assist you if you have a specific target. That's why I encourage you to please consider having a specific body weight goal and a specific body fat percent goal. Then what we're going to do, I encourage you to wrap it up in an affirmation / prayer. I am happy and grateful now that I am. State your body weight goal. State your body fat percent goal. I'll do it myself as an example. I am happy and grateful now that I am at least 190 pounds and at or below 10% body fat, feeling strong and healthy like a supple leopard, thick brown hair, 20/20 vision, perfect teeth, supple skin. See how I spoke all that out there with belief and feeling? I want you to consider doing the same thing with your daily affirmations / prayers. So for fitness that works, no more restarting, no more gimmicks. Have a clear, specific goal, and then back it up with proper training, nutrition, recovery, supplementation, and mindset. If this hit home for you and you want to create a plan built around you, I'm offering a complimentary consult. Just message me the word ready and we'll talk. You don't have to guess your way through this. And keep this in mind that health is wealth. Without our health, what matters, what earthly possessions we have. Health is wealth. Cash flow is king. Cash is queen and credit is freedom. I'll say it one more time. Health is wealth. Cash flow is king. Cash is queen and credit is freedom. And oh, by the way, be sure for the free download, go to the Apple Store or the Google Play Store. You can download the free Workouts for All. It's Workouts, the number 4, and all, ALL. You'll see this logo, so you know it's me, not a scam. You can download the app. It's called Workouts for All. It's a free download. Set up a free account. Every week, I'm adding all sorts of routines: beginner, intermediate, advanced, lots of the nutrition resources, the top motivational videos, and every week it's going to get better and better. So consider the free download. Go to the Google Play Store or Android, type in workouts, the number 4, ALL. You'll see that logo, and you'll know it's me. Download it, set up a free account, and it's one way that we can connect. All right, be blessed. My goal is to come at you every Tuesday, Thursday, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Sunday, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for the live fitness videos. And then I'm doing market update for Bitcoin update. If you're interested in that, Monday through Friday, 4 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, live on YouTube. And Sunday morning market update at 6:30 a.m. 6:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be blessed and see you next time. Bye for now.